What to look forward to about F1 in 2024. This video is sponsored by the wonderful people over at Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. It feels like we're finally getting somewhere. Apart from the fact we're nearly we're not.
And there's still no news about anything.
Who are we kidding? We've still got a long way to go. But we thought we would talk about what we actually should look forward to about Formula One in 2024 after the most dominant season in history. We were like, I think everybody needs a bit of a chirping up. They need a bit of positivity going into 2024. So we've got our own submissions, haven't we, Tommy? And also some of you beautiful people as well to essentially come up with a lot of reasons as to why we should be excited about Formula One. And I'm ready for it.
There is actually a lot of reasons to say that, like you said, it was a very dominant season last year. No regulation change, no driver changes, but there's still lots to look forward to.
There certainly is. Right, let's get into reasons we should look forward to 2024 Formula One. First one comes in from Jasmine_Sky_. Hopefully a closer battle at the sharp end. Now this one, it might feel far-fetched. It might feel like we're clutching at straws, Tommy, that no, anyone is going to challenge Red Bull. However, my delusion, my belief, and there are some reasons to also put 2 and 2 together to maybe actually make 4, and that's because there's teams like McLaren that really did bring it together towards the end of the season, had a shocking start of last year, but they had a great trajectory, and I think that they could do really well next year. And I also think Ferrari, we'll get onto them. But McLaren, I think, is one particular reason why people should look forward to next year, because I genuinely believe they could win a race or two next year, at the least.
It's strange because Formula One is actually extremely close. You wouldn't think it based on if you looked at a piece of paper and saw the race winner for every race pretty much being the same for the entire year. And we've seen seasons before where people have won a lot less, but have weirdly been more dominant because the amount of times that Verstappen, hasn't been on pole, or it's only been 10 seconds or sometimes even like under 5 seconds across the line, and he still managed to do it. It's just been him always winning, even no matter like if it's a huge gap or a tiny gap. Whereas the close battle at the sharp end, I think there is hope for it because of the fact that they are close and in the mix. And it just needs Max Verstappen to somehow have a day off, which is very, 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 very rare. Look, it will be closer even if he wins 18 races, so look at it that way.
No, Tommy, why would you bring that up? Don't say it. Don't say this is a positive podcast, Tommy. None of this rubbish about domination, because it's not happening, which leads me beautifully into my reason to tune into 2024. And it is because Charles Leclerc is going to...
God's sake, started already.
Charles Leclerc is going to win the World Drivers' Championship.
We're not even in predictions yet. You're not even waited for the predictions.
Look, it's going to happen. One year, it's going to come true. If I'm being slightly more realistic, Charles Leclerc's going to win a race. And that'll be great for everyone, including me. Ferrari, I think they have promised, haven't they, that basically the whole car's going to be pretty much new for 2024. With that being said, it could go one way or the other. But I believe in Fred, the golden retriever team principal that he is, and I fully back it. And I think that Ferrari, Charles Leclerc, we saw once that car is to Charles Leclerc's liking, which it was towards the end of the year again, he can extract some brilliant results. And that isn't just fanboyism coming through. He was performing very, very well when that car suited the way he likes to drive. Let's quickly chat about our sponsor for this video, Squarespace, a place where you can build a website with absolutely no coding knowledge required. What's better too is that you can create one for free and only start paying once you decide to go ahead and publish your website. There are thousands of drag and drop best-in-class templates to select from to allow your creativity to flow. I might just start making my Charles Leclerc dedicated fan page now. What's better yet is that you can continue to improve your website as well with the use of analytics to know what's working and what isn't. So what are you waiting for? Head to squarespace.com/P1 to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using the code P1.
Yeah, the thing is with Ferrari, the fact that they're changing their car all the time, it also means that they chop and change. It's crazy to think that, you went into 2019 where they were really good, had a really quick car, maybe questionable engine.
No, sealed document.
Sorry, yeah, of course.
That's hearsay, Tommy, whatever you're trying to suggest.
They've come out the blocks where sometimes they've been absolutely woeful and then sometimes really, really good. So it'd be interesting to see what they can actually deliver. But we know from the start of 2022 that given a good car, particularly at the hands of Charles Leclerc, he can deliver wins. So he just needs that car, because for all the bantering, I do genuinely think it is unfair, despite it being hilarious to roast you about his 12 poles now that haven't been converted, which is an insane number of races in a row.
It's supposed to be a positive chat.
Well, just think how good it would be when he finally wins again.
I was also thinking, I just need to safeguard myself slightly, that if Ferrari do indeed top testing, then I think you, as a friend of mine, Tommy, a close friend, I feel like you need to hold me back, okay? Because the belief is what kills you. I can't go through 2022 again where I got too confident.
No, we want to see it. Everyone will want to see it.
No, shut up. Stop thinking about content for once in your lifetime and think about my own mental well-being. Next one. Car 123BS. 2024's silly season. Yes. Now this one, this is gonna be spicy, isn't it, Tommy? We are looking forward to this immensely because there are so many driver contracts ending at the end of this season, which means we could see a huge amount of musical chairs. Who knows where anyone will end up?
It only takes that one sort of piece of the domino. If you
that one Sebastian Vettel retirement.
Yeah, the Sebastian Vettel retirement and how that threw everything into absolute carnage. It only takes one of the top drivers retiring, maybe one of them under-delivers, someone decides to jump ship at a different team, and then that opens one seat, and then that opens another seat, and it opens another seat. The full list here, I've actually got of driver contracts ending, and it is Sergio Perez, Charles Leclerc, if we obviously rumoured that he's going to sign a big old contract, but as time of recording, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, a good one, Ocon, Gasly, Zhou Guanyu, Valtteri Bottas, Yuki Tsunoda, Daniel Ricciardo, Nico Hülkenberg, Kevin Magnussen, Alex Albon, and Logan Sargent don't have contracts for 2025. So, boy, is silly season going to be chaotic. There'll be so many rumours. It's going to be wild because so many seats need to be filled still, and if drivers underperform, they can't just, people will make a move for these drivers that don't have a contract yet.
Let's go to the next one, which is from It's Ant Inni. Alonso winning his first race in almost a decade. Now, we said reasons to be hopeful and looking forward to 2024. And I know I said about Charles Leclerc winning the Drivers' Championship, but ignore that for a second. You expect that from me. Is this your burner account, Tommy? And is this actually going to happen? Because for me, I don't think so. I think, if anything, Aston Martin are going the other way.
Yeah, they're going to be fascinating to see what they do in testing, because, of course, they came out the blocks firing and it was like, oh my God, they've got a really good car. Alonso could actually win a race. And then, of course, no one other than Sainz won a race other than Red Bull. But so it was a tough ask. But even, the fact that he was finishing second and third all the time, and then that kind of plummeted down the order and he started finishing races bottom end of the points, and it was just like, what is going on with Aston Martin? Is this just a team that can copy a car essentially, or bring in some intel but don't know how to develop through the season and improve, which is something that people have said about them. Do I trust Aston Martin to deliver another car with that much hope going into a new season? I don't know if they'd be top of my list of that the teams, the team challenging Red Bull, if we're going to say that's McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari and Aston Martin, I'd probably say Aston Martin bottom of that list.
McLaren fans, close your ears. Don't get too excited about McLaren, just in case they do what they've done the last 2 years, which is roll out an absolutely awful car at the start of the year. Okay, Tommy, it's now your reason we should be looking forward to 2024.
Mine is Alphato, and they might not even be called Alphato. It's a bit of a rogue choice, but I think they could be the most interesting team in terms of like storylines and everything. One, we don't know what they're called yet, so they're going to have a new look, which is something to look forward to. Two, that they improved throughout the end of the season quite a lot, and there was a lot of controversy over the fact that Helmut Marko was saying about, they just need to be this Red Bull B team now, and I think, say they appear in F1 testing and they're actually pretty decent, maybe they just, do a replica of last year's Red Bull like Racing Point did or whatever. There'd be a lot of questions over it, and it would cause a lot of spice. DTS would be rubbing their hands together because that would be exactly the kind of story they'd love. So I think there'll be controversy there. And there's also the driver situation with them, because I don't think we got to see the best of Danny Rick because he had a stop-start season. Yuki Tsunoda showed like a lot of promise in a few races. And then, of course, if Perez doesn't perform, one of those going to be there. Liam Lawson's kind of almost been promised a seat in 2025 as well. So, like, who goes? I think AlphaTauri or Racing Bulls or whatever on earth they're going to be called could actually give us the most spice this year.
If they rock up with a B-spec Red Bull, they're probably going to finish second in the championship. And we're going to see Daniel Ricciardo podiums. We're going to see shoeies. How much controversy if Danny Rick's smiling? I'd say it softens the blow slightly for Formula One fans. But yes, I'm sure there will be a bit of outrage. But we don't know. We don't know. They're supposed to be, their own entity. But if they're called Racing Bulls, I don't believe it.
No, exactly.
So yeah. Right, next one. P1 Patreon member Sir Bacon the Sixth. I'm excited for what Sauber and Racing Bulls will do with their livery. So first and foremost, they are now called Steak. I am actually excited to see what they will do in particular with their livery, just purely because it will be quite a vibrant green, won't it?
Yes.
By the looks of things. We assume so. I mean, that's literally the brand colours of Steak. So we are assuming that it could look pretty saucy.
They need to do the bright green. I'm one of these people, I guess this probably shows my age and the era I grew up in, but I actually like the fact that teams will bring in a title sponsor and then just, because then it's different every year. Whereas obviously we talk about Red Bull, Ferrari, in my opinion, get a free pass because, they're Ferrari, red.
They do.
It's iconic, whatever. But now all these teams, Racing Point became Aston Martin or whatever, so they're always going to be green now. Then you don't get people changing their liveries and stuff, and it kind of makes that car reveal season a little bit less exciting, in my opinion. So the fact that we've got 2 new teams, if you like, means they'll be different, and it looks like Steak F1 not being Alfa Romeo, so they won't be red and black. Hopefully not.
Right, next one comes in from Hey_Elliot. The return of Shanghai. Yeah,
this is your burner account.
Yeah, this is my burner account. Shanghai International Circuit. Oh baby, it's going to produce a banger. No, not even one element of doubt in my mind. What a great circuit. Underrated, probably the most underrated circuit in the entirety of Formula One. Can't wait to see Turn 1 again. Just, it goes on forever, doesn't it? And then back the other way. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
It's been a long time since we've been there, but you're right, it does deliver really good races. A lot of the classic races over the last few years seem to have been there, which is really strange because it doesn't have this reputation, apart from you, but like general fan opinion is like, oh, Shanghai, yeah, it's all right. But it has delivered really good races, and yeah, it'd be good to see it. And of course, it's going to be a sprint as well, so that's going to be another fascinating thing to see how that pans out on a track like that with an enormous straight.
I'm ready for it. Next one's P1 Patreon member Nicola. I feel like us McLaren fans are due a Lando win. I think we've hyped McLaren up a lot. Lando, of course, it has to happen eventually, surely. I can't believe he didn't get a win last year, considering the amount of positions he was in where just a little Max Verstappen slip up, just a little Red Bull strategy blunt. No, none of that. And Lando would be a race winner. I'd love to see Lando not make as many mistakes towards the end of the year, like he did make a few in qualifying, which were gut-wrenching to watch, because you just knew that was the opportunity for Lando to win, Qatar being a good example of that, where had he been at the front and that crazy 3-stop scenario that we had, and is it 3 or 4? I think it was 3.
Mandatory 3, yeah.
Mandatory 3, and that was a great opportunity, but unfortunately, with qualifying, it just didn't work out. But I think that will just come with time and experience. As long as McLaren deliver him a good car from the start of the year, surely.
Surely. Yeah, McLaren really need to just deliver a car from the start and not have this whole messing about turning the first 5 races into another test session. Oh, it would be so good for Lando to get a win. I hope he does it, and surely next year, and I'm losing my voice because clearly we've not podcasted in so long. But yeah, Lando, he has to get that win next year. I'd love to see it. I think in terms of a race win, I think that's the one I'd really love to see, because I think it's like an unfair criticism that's hanging over him, because he has shown that he can deliver at the front. Because it's all right saying, oh, he's not won a race, but this year only Sainz got that that win. Other than Red Bull, Lewis Hamilton didn't get a win. We're not questioning his talent, so it's just the way Formula One is at the moment.
It's 2024. It's Formula One time-ish, maybe soon. Content will, of course, pick up over the next few weeks as we get closer to car launches and so on and so forth. And yeah, we've got lots of exciting things this year, so look forward to that. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening, and we'll see you very soon for another piece of content. Bye.
Bye.